have a little bit of a background in like carpentry and stuff from a previous life, and a lot of it was sort of defined by the script, exactly what was needed, so we really went by the minimum that we could do to fit in with the set, hence we have just one corridor and one room.
And you see this bit here? Yeah. This is where the capsules would be, right?
So hold on, so out through here, this door then, it's just a little corridor leading to an escape?
Basically, the idea was here is that we could have two walls coming out, and then we can dress this interior bit, because obviously when Peter goes in, it'd be nice when you do the reverse shot that you see that there's obviously stuff there. Because you don't actually see them get into the capsule, it's always cutting in, they're in there. So I like the ideas in the script, it says he's leading Rachel to the capsule. You have him just leading her through that airlock area. Because it can be screen and we can put whatever we need to have there.
And yeah, we were really defined by the amount of money we had to do it.
This was actually from a local builders. I just asked for anything like offcuts and stuff that they were putting in their skip, and for them they just throw it away. So if they're not reusing it on another site, they don't mind putting it to one side and letting me have it. So when I got home last night, I had this pile of tubes and pipes outside my house. There's still more in my back garden.
This will be dangerous when they're standing, so no walking near them. Because although they will hold themselves up, because they won't, if you push them, they'll fall down and everybody will die. The screen down like, this is the base floor, it's not the actual floor of the space station, but this is what all the walls are secured to, all these sort of I-beam shaped U's that are all around here, they're all secured into this floor. We then rest floors which are made of similar material to this on top of this, which will actually then be decorated as the floor of the set. And then we also have sort of some metal effects with lighting underneath and everything also running on top of this. But this has to be secure, this is where we'll do all our marking out and laying out before we actually start screwing the real set together. Angry. Oh my god, everything's collapsed! Oh no, it's terrible! I'm gonna go and see if someone's alive. Another guy's dead. Ah! Chocolate chip. And you have some Chelsea green. Also, some soft black. Should be here. Here. Here.
Are you happy with this as the doorway? It's slightly low on the basis that they would have to step through and crouch ever so slightly.
We're making the doors. They need to look thicker than just a piece of chipboard, because that would look rubbish. So we're taking this stuff called polyfoam, comes in sheets, and then we cut it into blocks, stuck it on with no more nails, and then we cut it so it's a rough shape, and then we're sanding it back, so going from like this to like this, and then on this door you can see we've filled it a bit, we'll then sand it again, and that gives us much thicker looking walls. We'll be doing that on all the 4 doors, or the 4 door holes. Then there'll be a big sliding door that runs through here, sort of like a airlock kind of door that comes sliding across. Again, that'll be made of foam, so it's actually really light, but through the magic of cinema, it will look like a 5-ton door sliding through and protecting people in that room from bad stuff.
So that these things, which are just bits of wood at the moment, will all be textured down and then shaded to look like they're a little bit deeper. And then they've got these things which will be going to be sprayed up and painted. And just fake handles, so they will look like a set of cupboards, and they'll be numbered and have stuff on them. So just to give it a sense that there's more depth and stuff behind here that's actually going on.
This is Mike. Mike is helping loads. I've been like working on the doors and everything. Mike has now prepared the other 2 doors, one in the corridor and the one here, to the same level. And we're still painting these damn things orange.
When I first appeared, it was sort of like painting walls, just like that's all that's up there, wasn't it? Just the basic set.
Mike has now been preparing the corner pieces for all the beams. These look good enough and big enough to me, so we're good. Okay. Yeah. This is all provided by a very nice local TV station, who we can't name probably for legal reasons. but it's all very cool. We've got stuff like this going on the wall. The coolest one of all, this one, which has a countdown button. How cool is that? Nigel, who is the ultimate builder of complicated things. Anything big and structural that needs to stand up.
And the seat as well.
And the suit as well, blimey. He's the constructor of all things. Here is our spacesuit, modelled by Lucy. No gloves at the moment, but gloves to come, and there's a couple of little other bits to come.
A lot of it's limited by budget. Because of budget limitations, it can only really be made in certain ways. To actually build it from scratch, you need vacuum forming machines and create casts and actually cast the whole helmet and things. But because we needed to do it on budget, it's based on helmet first by doing taking a motorcycle helmet and opening it up and adding a glass faceplate, and then the rest of it's largely plumbing accessories and plastic oddments. Like the backpack is made out of bin, the front part is made out of a paint tray, and then all fiberglass together and then sanded down to look like solid pieces.
But it's a cool outfit. Well made by Nigel. Nigel made that. It's brilliant. So, yeah.
Lucy's area, because she worked out how to get this really cool wallpaper, which has the effect of metal tread plating. Patterns that she's created with rust, and this is copper paint, red paint. So it's streaming dirt and rust coming through. This is just a template. It's going to be all very intense. Here is our finally finished doorway, pretty much. So it's all been blacked out and everything. Maybe a big door, slide around here. Still no floors. We're a bit worried about the floors. We've been looking around. The floor that we were going to use didn't work out. The secondary floor ended up costing about 1/4 as the same amount as the rest of the set put together. You could buy a video camera rather than the floor. So we're concerned about the floor, but we'll get there. I still think you're maybe right that we should divide it up just a bit to create some more interest.
I think definitely. I think we could.
So if we butted it up against there, we did some just straight that way, sort of every 1.5 meters.
A gap here where these go, because that's the place where it won't fit. I mean, you can see here. Yeah. That won't fit between there. So we're going to leave a gap.
We could do it and just paint it orange and have it.
Orange or I mean, a grill. That's really nice. That's beautiful.
We have a desk area coming out, you could use these consoles when standing up. On top of that, we have our huge keyboard prepared by Ashley. These are going to be backlit, one here, one here, a more regular old school keyboard beside it, and then the monitors up there. Some Mac keyboards that have been cut in half. We've got these massive great flat walls, so what we're trying to do is create sort of weld on them. So what we're using is we just use filler that we squeeze along in a line. And if we come down here, you then create lines like this, which we then paint over with this darker paint, and then we're painting over with some sort of more metallic paint. Keep on layering that up. You can see it being used here as well to sort of create panels. Layer up the paint and you get to more of a finish like this. So we've got a panel in the middle, we stick on some little nuts and things, different colours of metallic paint, and then we keep on moving into greasing down the walls, getting some dirt, forcing grease into all the edges.
First thing that I thought when I got to Norwich was the set.
Hey!
There you go, guys. Yeah. Oh wow! That's not bad at all.
When I first got on set, I was kind of, I don't know, I wasn't actually sold on the idea that it was going to work. I mean, it was unfinished still, so that obviously drew a few concerns to myself.
The lighting wasn't particularly good, but yeah, this is the greased down wall with a weld on it. These ones are yet to be greased, but otherwise it's weld and everything on them. As does this, down here, pipes, go along the top, weld, grease, dirt. Here's Mike, who you've heard about before, who created this. What is it, Mike?
Wow. No, I don't know, it's been nicknamed by Jack, the Eye, because of my explanation, which was that it is condensing many of something, whatever, we don't know, power leads, we're not quite sure, into something slightly smaller.
Mike constructs all the fancy looking things. You'll see it in the end escape module and down the corridor. Fancy looking gizmos with complicated names that even he doesn't understand.
We do try and think of roughly some sort of science behind it all, but we're not quite sure.
And DTV, what does that stand for?
Well, that's dual transisting
Oh, the
The
bee.
bees.
The
just
side, the bees.
we've got A around there. So.
Well, last night we stayed late, as we do all night, and did a lot more finishing in here to get out to the level of the corridor. As you can see, we've spray painted all the walls. We've got these, which we angle grinded in half, which there's some very dodgy footage of.
And I may put professional greaser on my CV as could be useful for the future.
Miranda has done more than just greasing. That was just the first day. There was a lot of greasing.
That was just the initiation.
She greases people as well, I believe. So yeah.
I do grease as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
multi-talented there.
She also designed the second set, which is the sort of recreation room. Did the layout and everything of that last night.
The set's really cool. I mean, the biggest thing about the set has been grease. It's all about the grease. You can't touch anything in this entire place without being greasy. I would lift, but it's really greasy.
The module's changed quite a bit. The guys, Nigel, and just put up the whole ceiling while we were having lunch. Makes it sound bad, but it's more that he's good rather than that we're bad. These are not animations, these are live randomized data. Even this is randomized data being created here. It picks some different bits and bobs, its temperatures and efficiencies, and it picks whether it should add stuff or not. All these things, these are actually taken from a program that actually does do like rigging and sort of deep sea mining type stuff, so these are all real terms. Here we have a dial that doesn't move, a big button that says off. It might say on at one point, you don't know. You just don't, it won't. There's anything that says off, it's just an image. And another graph that goes much faster, and then data that only like some kind of freak could read, because it goes so incredibly fast. And these are powered by machines, because yeah, you really need a quad-core processor to power a green and black screen. But yeah, it's all set up, keeps going to sleep, it's going to be a nightmare.
Then as Saturday and Sunday progressed, I think people were working so hard, we had kind of Josh up all night, every night, just kind of making sure the set was finished, spraying himself with silver paint.
But once it was all up and running, when they had the monitors in and the displays going, and it was all lit properly, it looked really great. I just couldn't wait to be on set and sitting in my little rig at my table, eating my apple, again and again and again. Anyway, the set was good.
It came to the point where you really thought, my God, this is something special.
Okay,
Action.
I mean, even when it's finished, if you just look at it, you think, yeah, it looks great, but it doesn't prepare you for what it looks like once they do their magic and get it onto film and they light it and everything. It just looks...
yeah, it looks much more real.
Yeah, it looks like a film, real film.
Because you'll see like the gaffer tape that are holding the pipes and stuff out of just out of shot of all the stuff. And as soon as you put like a frame on that, you lose it all. You know, when you're sort of sitting in the office and you see it on the TV screen, you only see everything that looks really good. You know.
So where are we going to build our escape module if we can't get it here? Because it's going to take ages.
We could have it like, well, we need a corner, don't we?
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the only corner because that's got the door. So there's a corner there. So if we have we have to build it there, don't we?
The doorway here, so which we can brace between the two, because we have a fake doorway that we actually used back there.
This is like the escape module for them to sit in. It's got like 3 seats sitting, so they can like be sitting on the seats, and there's got also have like a wire cupboard, sort of a cupboard, kind of like a hatch they open up, and one of them sees like all the cut wires. So we've got to build that into there somewhere.
What would be really good is if we can stop it looking like the rest of the base with the beams and everything. So we want to somehow curve around those. What do you reckon we could do there, Mike, to get around this sort of whole, another bit with beams that we really don't want?
I'm thinking white hardboard. We'll have like a bit, we're trying to sort of, we want it like curved around the wall like that, so it's like, it keeps them all sort of like cocooned and like, we want to make it feel really cosy. I think that's yeah, we want to keep it kind of enclosed, but like a womb.
So if we do that, then we're never going to see this area here, so as long as it's white, then we're alright. Then we've got our 3 chairs, which we were always reckoning should be sort of facing each other. So we'd have like a chair here, facing that way.
Yep.
A chair under the beam here. It's not to scale, mind, but a chair under the beam here.
That's what I was saying, like, yeah, have that. So then we'll have like ledges, and then the second, the 2...
So the other seat sort of...
Seats there.
And then the other seat sort of off the edge there. So something like that.
Fantastic. I like it.
Well, that's what we're making. We're going to make that in about 5 hours it'll take us. But we haven't got the bits yet, so we better make a cutting list from this and work out what we want.
Let's crack on.
Let's hope it turns out like this. Okay, what you're going to see now is a fade from this to the actual thing. That is going to be the worst thing ever.
It's complete from that to something completely.
It feels like an actual capsule. That's what we went for. It's cosmonauts.
The other day, I think Tim said a very good point, which was that in fact you're not like every time you get a set to rip down, it's not a bad thing because you've put it on film. So it's it's like every set you make is for film. It's not for the practical final thing. It's for the image of it.
Purpose-built set was great. If you can build it and you've got the money there to do it, it's a no-brainer really. You got so much control. Yeah, I mean, I just loved it. It was one of the big pluses for me on the shoot.
I'm going to miss it, I think, because the set symbolises all these great people working together for me, which is something I've wanted for a really long time. So to me, it's really, really symbolic of actually making a film and what an amazing experience that's been. So once the set's gone, then the unit goes, and then we don't see these amazing people anymore, then yeah, I'll be sad, but it's not just the set, it's all the things that go with it.